Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog day, and today is Wednesday the 13th, and today was a beautiful day outside weather-wise. I would take this again all year long. Absolutely gorgeous. Got up in I think the low 80s, something like that, so plenty warm. Somebody wanted to go swimming, wanted to do whatever out there, and it cooled off nicely this evening. Absolutely just beautiful. I got up, had a handful of things around here get done. I did not sleep again with the crap. I've been having crazy vivid dreams about the weirdest damn things. Drive me insane. Makes me almost want to not sleep. It's really kind of been bugging the crap out of me there, but we'll get it all figured out eventually, and I'll be able to move on past it. So definitely got up, had a handful of things get taken care of. One of the things I've done today that seems like takes absolutely forever is I made tea. I make tea through a Mr. I think iced tea maker, something like that kind of deal. I don't put ice in it, but I use it to heat the water, and surprisingly it takes me about a half an hour per gallon by the time I get it all done and knocked out. A little more than that, maybe 35-40 minutes per gallon, to be honest with you. And I made, I think, 7 gallons today. So if you do that math, it wasn't like hard work, but I just couldn't really get out of here to go do anything else. So the large part of the day was spent making tea. It just kind of really is a tedious process. I could do a gallon or so at a time, but by the time I wash the pitchers up and that kind of stuff, it's just easier to make a bunch of it. Throw it in the freezer, and then I'll throw it in like the fridge, different things. And then as I empty one out, I start the next one. As soon as I empty one, I start the next gallon. I'll set the other gallon out and let it start thawing. Usually in my cooler, something like that, to kind of just let it thaw at a slower pace. And then that works really good. So I drink lots and lots of tea. Probably more than I should, but I also drink lots of water. I'll drink between a liter or 2 of water a day on average. Much more than that if I go for long runs. Definitely will add up there. I also will drink at least 2 liters, sometimes 3 or 4 liters of tea, and then I'll drink my one 24-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew almost every night. So definitely getting plenty of fluids. My body tends to want to dehydrate quickly. So I found the fact that as I became a runner, I started paying more attention to my fluid intake and that kind of stuff, fluid output and that kind of deal. And I realized pretty much my whole life I've always kind of been on the dehydrated by looking at the color of my urine, I guess. And I'm trying to definitely keep that on the much clearer process now. The more I run, the more I learn about my body, and I look at things so much differently in the process. So went looking for some new shoes, and by looking for, I mean got on a website and started comparing around a little bit. I'm really thinking I want to try some thick padded shoes, like some Hoka's. Not really sure if I'm going to do that yet or not. I keep hoping they'll drop down in price. There's been a couple times I've seen them as cheap as like in the like high $70 range, low $80 range, but they never have in my size at that point. So still holding out hope for that. Don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll have to see. Ended up talking to a few different people today I haven't talked to for a while. One of them was, I don't know, a long old high school friend. Talked to him, kind of met him, I don't know, last spring. I hadn't seen them for a long time. We hung out and talked quite a bit last year, and then it seemed like over the winter it kind of fell off, and then this spring and this summer it's kind of definitely fallen way, way back from that, and found out they're now moving. I guess, I think they got their house sold the way it sounded. They're talking about packing stuff up and all that good stuff. So that there's somebody else that's moving, I think out of state maybe. I don't know. They're moving quite a ways away the way it sounded. So that's one other person that had been in my life a little bit, kind of chimed in there, and then kind of now is probably going to be that much less in my life again. So definitely, I don't know, kind of weird feelings there. I'm happy for them. I think the move is going to do them good. They've kind of had a group of people around them in the past that's kind of, I don't know, lower, I don't know, people kind of that were into things that's not good for them, that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping they can move on and find all new people and really start a whole new productive process in there. So I wish them the best with that, and we'll see what happens there. So other than that, didn't really do a whole lot. Got a handful of things moved around and whatnot, but nothing really major accomplished. I did go to the gym, ended up getting done there, went out for my run, ended up knocking out a little over 10K. Felt pretty good. It was nice and warm. Let Bruce swim a few times during the run. He seemed to really now taking to that whole swimming thing. And as long as I'm out running near the res or near the river or something like that, I'm going to let him swim as much as he wants. And then if I'm not going to be there during or anywhere near a river and water source, I'm going to run at night to let him stay a little cooler. So luckily this year we had a little bit of really super hot time come through, but it's held off really well. It's not been horribly bad for my shorter runs. Now, of course, the full runs, the marathons, that kind of thing, it's too much in the heat for him, so we're not going to be doing that. But I'm also looking at possibly doing a marathon next month, and it's there's a marathon, 50 miler and a 100 miler, all the same day, the same place. And my buddy's talking about trying to do the 100 miler and want to know if I'd pace him the last 50 miles of it. And I told him I didn't know if I'd be up for pacing the full 50, but I would definitely be able to do the last 25. And then we got talking about it, and if I go over there, I can take my dog, to give my dog his own bib, and he'll be able to actually run the race with me. And I think he gets a like some kind of award at the end also, which would be super cool. So my thought is we go there. The marathon starts, I think, like 15 minutes, or maybe it's an hour. Starts real close to when the whole 100-mile race starts. I could go out and run the marathon with my buddy Bruce, and then basically we'll have that fun time that we'll have roughly, I don't know, a whole bunch of hours, depending on how fast my other buddy runs, to rest up in that. I can leave him there at the campsite, find some people to kind of keep an eye on him, keep him tied up there at the van or car, whatever we take out. And then at the last loops, it's 4 25-mile loops. Last loop, I'm hoping I'd be in good enough shape to go out and pace my buddy and finish the race with him. So that'd be something kind of cool if we get that knocked out. That'd be kind of sweet to have happen. I'll be able to run a marathon in the morning, starting at like 6 a.m., and then basically get back there, rest for a good chunk of the day, and then I think he has to finish in 24 hours, I think something like that, is the cutoff time for the race. And at the end, I could then run another 25 miles with him, which I definitely will go ahead and run either the 1.2 before or after I get done. I'll run 1.2 on my watch to make sure I knock out a second marathon right then within the 24 hours. So that will kind of put me up at over, let's see, 8, 9, 10. That put me at 10 marathons for the year, and that would definitely be kind of cool, and we'll see how that goes. So hoping he makes his mind up here pretty quickly, because if I don't take the dog out with us, we got to find somebody, to babysit him and that kind of thing, dog set him, however you want to call it. And I'm hoping he can go out, because I think he would really enjoy that. And it's going to be trail running. I'll give him plenty of water, and it won't be that big a deal if we can't. I'm not going for a PR time, that kind of deal. It'll be just basically a fun run. So if he don't make the full 26.2 nonstop, I'll let him rest over for a little while and then finish out afterwards. Because I think it's like a 9 or 10 hour cutoff for the marathon. Some stupid, ridiculous long time. So that will not be a problem at all. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.